Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're running Google Ads, getting it right can feel like you've just unlocked a secret level for your business. And today, we're going to talk about one of the most important keys to that lock, your bidding strategy. Seriously, choosing the right one can completely change the game for your campaigns.
I mean, who doesn't, right? This is the dream for literally every business owner. You want to squeeze every last drop of value out of your ad spend. Well, guess what? The right bidding strategy is exactly how you tell Google's super smart system to go out and do that for you. So let's start at the beginning. What does bidding even mean?
Okay, let's break it down to the basics. Before we get lost in all the different options and crazy acronyms, what are we actually doing when we bid on Google Ads?
Yep, that's it in a nutshell. You're basically telling Google, hey, this is what a potential customer's attention is worth to me. But don't let that simplicity fool you. This one little number is the foundation for everything that comes next. It decides how often your ad shows up, where it lands on the page, and, whether your whole campaign actually makes you money.
All right, so we've got the what. Now for the how. When you're setting up a campaign, you're going to hit your first big fork in the road. Do you want to be in the driver's seat, controlling every little turn? Or are you ready to hand the keys over to a really smart co-pilot?
And this is the core trade-off right here. Manual bidding gives you total, absolute control. You get to be a micromanager for every single keyword. It's powerful, for sure, but man, it takes a ton of your time and attention. On the flip side, you've got automated or smart bidding. This is where you let Google's AI analyze millions of signals in the blink of an eye. It saves you a massive amount of time so you can focus on the big picture stuff.
So for the rest of our chat, we're going to focus on those automated, smart bidding strategies. Why? Well, because frankly, this is where all of Google's new tech is going. And when you use them right, they are incredibly powerful. Just think of them as different tools in a toolbox, each one designed for a very specific job.
First up, we've got Maximize Clicks. This one pretty much does exactly what it says on the tin. If your main goal is just sheer volume, you want to drive as many people as possible to your website to build awareness or maybe grow an email list, this is your guy. Google will just work to get you the most clicks it possibly can for your daily budget. Super simple and really effective for those top-of-funnel goals.
But let's be real, not all clicks are created equal, are they? If you care less about how many people show up and more about what they do when they get there, like, buying something or filling out a form, then you'll want to grab the Maximize Conversions tool. Just a quick heads up though, for this to work, you absolutely have to have conversion tracking set up right. Otherwise, Google has no idea what a conversion even is for you.
Now we're leveling up. With Target CPA, or cost per action, you're getting way more specific. This is for when you really know your numbers. You know exactly what a new customer is worth and how much you can afford to pay for one. You can literally tell Google, hey, go get me leads, but I don't want to pay more than $20 for any of them. The algorithm then works its magic to hit that average, giving you way more control over your profitability.
Okay, now this next one, this is pretty much the holy grail for most e-commerce businesses. Target ROAS, that's return on ad spend. This is all about direct, measurable profit. You can tell Google, listen, for every single dollar I give you in ad spend, I need you to bring me back $5 in sales. It then goes out and optimizes to find the exact customers who are most likely to help you hit that specific profit goal. It's pretty amazing.
But what if your goal isn't just direct sales? What if you just want to be the name everyone thinks of? That's where Target Impression Share comes into play. This strategy is all about brand awareness and dominating the page. So imagine a local plumber. They could tell Google, I want my ad to show up 90% of the time anyone in my city searches for plumber near me. It's all about establishing themselves as the #1 choice in town.
So far, we've been talking about what happens when someone types something into Google search. But bidding also applies to that other little search engine you might have heard of. YouTube. Bidding for video ads works a little differently, so let's take a quick look.
For video, it basically boils down to two main choices, CPB and VCPM. The question you need to ask yourself is this: am I paying for attention or am I paying for eyeballs? With cost per view, or CPV, you're paying for engagement, when someone actually watches your ad or clicks on it. Perfect if you want to tell a story. Viewable CPM, on the other hand, is all about massive reach. You're paying for every 1,000 times your ad is simply seen on a screen. That's your go-to for just getting your brand name out there.
Phew. Okay. So we've just unpacked a whole bunch of different tools from the Google Ads toolbox. So how in the world do you choose the right one for you? Well, the answer is actually really simple. It all comes back to your main business goal. So let's just lay it all out nice and simple.
If your number one goal is just getting more people to your website to see what you're about, your best friend is maximize clicks. If you're chasing that bottom line, you need sales, you need leads, then your go-to tools are maximize conversions or, for even more control, target ROAS. And finally, if your mission is to be the biggest name in your space to build that brand awareness, then target impression share was made for you.
And that really brings us to the final, most important question, the one you have to answer before you even think about touching a single setting in your account. Just take a second, look at your business, and decide what is your number one priority right now. Because once you have a clear answer to that question, well, choosing the right bidding strategy isn't a guess anymore. It's your first real step toward making that goal happen.